Crazy, never lost it. Now I pick her up in the Mercedes and I'm frosted. 23 and 0, we took the lead. Watch me talk shit. Everybody see me on my top dog shit. They were saying I was going crazy, never lost it. Now I pick her up in the
And welcome to the National Meat Trader Podcast with your host, Sasha, a.k.a. John Wilkes Booth. Why was that the first name to pop in my head?
What the fuck? Wait, hold on. The Emancipation Proclamation is really upset at you right now, like John Wilkes Booth. But you know what?
Abraham Lincoln didn't actually free the slaves, but that's a whole thing we can get into.
That's a whole episode.
Not today.
That's
ever.
a whole episode.
We can talk about the Gullah Wars and all that stuff, but we're not going to do that.
You know what? We're not going to do it because it's your boy Christian, a.k.a. Okay, listen. Enough reading. Okay, we talked about this. You said you're done with education. You're done. It's your boy Vicente Fernandez. R.I.P. to the GOAT. I don't know why I felt really connected. I sang that to my son over Halloween weekend, and he looked at me like he loved me. And that's your wholesome moment for the day. I want you to know that, like, when a child looks at you like, whoa, that was really cool. Because for some reason I was hitting the notes. It was this golden pineapple. I'm telling you, aquí, right here. Shout out to Strain. Free promo for today, because $23 for an eighth is wild, bro. So you guys keep going. Keep going.
I am Thriller from the Three, a.k.a. Joey from the National Meat Treasure Podcast, a.k.a. Joey the Misandrist, Thriller the Misandrist, because I hate niggas.
Ooh,
Men, not black men.
that was specific.
Black men, we are not niggas, just men.
You've been living on Staten Island way too long, because that did sound a little heavy out of your chest, like just a little heavy, like you heard that like on Highland Boulevard passing the Wendy's, like some hate.
The accent would be a little different. Like, I fucking hate these mooly eyes, you know?
Excuse me, sir. And that's where I come in with sound.
That sounded pointed.
Where I come in with sound. Excuse me, sir.
And we have a guest today. Our first guest. Oh, no, sorry. Our first female guest. And it's a black woman, very on brand. Goku, introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are, what you do, why you're here.
Hi, I'm Goku, and I was gonna go totally left field. Not yet. I gotta ease
Hi, I'm Goku. Sorry.
Yeah, no. We're gonna just put the tip in for now. Then we're gonna go a little bit more. Okay, so hi, I'm Goku's god cousin. I am 1/4, 1/5 of a part of Girls Can't Geekland. Shout out to us. I am an all-around nerd. I love video games, but I suck at them. I love anime. I love science. I love comic books. I have my collection right beside me. And I just love debauchery. All that shit. I'm all here for it.
On brand.
Times infinity. But I look like I read books, and I do. So
listen.
I feel like you prepared that intro. I feel like you came in a little nervous. And you've been practicing. You had a mantra in the mirror before this, and I appreciate that kind of prep for the podcast.
We're tender. First off,
I literally got off work at 7:30 and
listen. We love you already. You're already a part of it. The fabric that is the National Meat Treasure, because we do respect that. And I want to pick something apart in your intro right here, really early on. Oh, okay. I got the hot topic, the hot button. And the hot button is, thank God there's people that are finally admitting that they suck at video games. Because you remember that like tension you had with people like not admitting you beat like Final Fantasy VII at like age 12. Like, yeah, I couldn't defeat God. That was my fault. But like,
you know what's funny? Like, I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, most people are bad at video games, but nobody wants to say it until like their 30s.
Yeah, we did that the last episode. We all like just linked up and say we like video games, we've played them, but we're no good at them. And that's why I'll never, as a anxious person, I just can't even do a Call of Duty like match. Like, I used to do Counter-Strike when I was like much younger, but there's so much attached to it. You're like leaderboards, kill death ratio. It just makes me spin out of control, and I'm way back into JRPGs. So I'll go back to where I belong. in my
felt
cave.
so bad that whole new Modern Warfare shit, that whole remake, and I'm with my friends, and these motherfuckers all brought their own monitors and shit, and it's just a little party, and I'm like, I fucking suck at this shit. I play with my shit inverted, and I don't know how the fuck y'all work that R3 because I'm all over the fucking place.
Yeah. Please don't add more buttons.
Like baby games. When I say baby games, I mean like,
Pokemon.
a bitch loves Tetris. Okay, that's
Tetris is hard. Bro. That's the thing.
We're playing Snake on our Nokia bricks. That's what that's what we're doing.
But didn't you play Snake for hours? Didn't you play Snake for hours?
I play. You know what? You know what I used to play. This is a really nerdy deep cut, and I've talked about it on an episode before, I think. But it was this is like early 2000s, where there was basically like a screen of, I don't even know how you would open it, but it was like, there was something you can type in Windows where you would get like an empty screen, and then like you could text commands into it, and it would like show you a storyline in text as you were typing.
You mean
and it would like show battles like, you know, Ex Machina hit 200 damage, and then you'd have to like type commands. Like that's how dorky I was. And I wasn't good at that either.
That sounds
it was like I was running
Dungeons and Dragons on a
DDoS.
typewriter.
Those are the best. Like I love those guys. Like listen, those simple just scrolling text, like green screen, like DDoS, like playing Alien, like before, like pixels are not even there's no polygons, guys. Like I don't know if that's deep cut enough for you. If you even understand that, no polygons. That's wild, bro. You're like, I don't know. The amazement I had looking at the Final Fantasy VII trailer at that age, like, doesn't match much. And I've had 2 children. So, and I was just with them at Halloween. They're fucking centers of brightness. But, like, I'm saying, does anything match that, bro? Because I remember seeing that trailer. And Sasha, you and I are the exact same age, a couple months apart. So you saw the trailer in real life just like I did. And that shit was like, what the like, listen, this is the age where I grab my mother out of the kitchen, like, Mom, look at the TV. And she's like, what is this? Like, we're confounded by the polygon, like literally just like completely out of our mind. Like, you know, we're in the era of practical effects Star Wars. Okay. So we're not expecting anything that like that deep. And to get there, I mean, it's a marvel. I don't know. And this might be me spiraling out of control, but Star Wars is a good topic.
It's that
typically,
jump off.
Yeah, calm down. Give people some room, baby.
I'm gonna calm down.
My games.
Yeah, no.
So Goku, what are you playing these days? Speaking of gaming,
I took a little gaming break. I'm on an anime thing now, but what I was playing. Just some little pussy hole games. Okay, I recently downloaded Overwatch, but I need to start playing it. Everybody is playing it. I'm just like, all right, it's my attention. It's my attention. I go, I'm hyper fixated on a couple of things. Then I go to something else. Then I go back to one thing.
Can I just say that when you said pussy hoe games, the first thing that came to mind was, are you all alone? Play this porn game.
Do you decide your hard cock won't last? Like
I wish somebody would like make
is there somebody
that
like
game.
that?
I know.
Is there somebody like that? Is there somebody like that? Is there somebody spanking it to video games? Like, okay, listen. Have we spanked it to video game characters? Yes. But have we spanked it to video games? Like, you know, those, like, I don't know if you guys remember those, like,
well, I mean, do you have a
PlayStation games?
Do you have a third hand where you're like playing the game and beating off at the same time? Like,
how are you? You have to pause a lot.
Because, like, what do you mean by jerking off to a video game? Do you mean like you're watching somebody play and spanking it? You're putting on a gameplay of what was that game with the titties? The first game with the realistic titties, the fighting game. You know what I'm talking about?
Dead or Alive.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dead or Alive. There you go.
Yeah,
I'm sure somebody beat up Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive 3 beach volleyball.
Probably.
Yeah. So
there was so much titty animation. There was how do you have a titty budget? And it was funny because if you actually played Dead or Alive,
it makes the money. That's what makes the money.
If you played Dead or Alive as like a normal person and not like a 12-year-old, you realize that like The graphics for the rest of the character is ass. It's just the titties that kind of just jiggle. Like the legs don't really move. They're kind of stiff.
Even the breast movement. Like,
none of the characters have mobile toes.
These women are not in pain at all. Like they're rocking like cannons. They're not rocking like a good conservative C or a D. They're going like J's and K's, and they're like I don't know if that was a little racist. I'm sorry, but that is exactly what they would basically do.
It's not realistic. I roll or I'll spar with 2 sports bras on, and
there we go.
So uncomfortable to just not have a bra on. If I lost enough weight and my titties ever went to A cups, I don't know. I can't. Let me stop, because some people might have A cups and they might hurt when they run.
No, listen. I got A cups. They're okay. Listen,
everyone, leave your bra size in the comments.
Seriously, this is.
You're just gonna like try to.
What are you rolling? Are you doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Okay. Before that, my pussy game was Animal Crossing, and I'll go back to this. All right.
Okay.
So, I trained in Russian Sambo for 3.5, almost 4 years.
You're going to have to explain what the fuck a Russian Sambo is.
You don't know Russian? The only reason I know Russian Sambo is because of Dead or Alive, actually.
Leave. No, okay, that ain't help. Okay,
no.
So Russian Sambo is like a kind of like a derivative of judo
and Aikido, right?
Wrestling.
Yeah.
And I guess Aikido, but Aikido is a more locks. They do more locks. I hate that bitch ass shit. I hate locks. Okay.
Damn. Smoke already.
It is super aggressive. So the way a match goes is that if you do not submit within 20 seconds, you have to stand back up and restart the match. And if you don't submit during your match, you get like penalties. Like, it's extremely explosive. It's all about that. Like, it's all about that action. I love BJJ, but it is super passive. And it takes forever sometimes. So I prefer.
Well, I need you to like just break this down. So, are you like in a Russian Sambo class? Is this a YouTube university thing?
No. I have a Sambo coach. I have a Sambo coach. I was actually at his house this weekend. They had a pumpkin smashing thing. They have an annual pumpkin. Anyway, back here.
We have the same thing. Don't worry. I get it.
I have a Russian Sambo coach, and he has a coach, and that coach has a coach.
Cool. And
there are no belts in Russian Sambo. You can become like a master, and you can win like worlds or whatever. But there's no belts.
You can win worlds, like world championships, or are we talking about worlds like you guys are gambling in planets?
Like, you can become a master or win worlds, and that's the highest.
Sorry, that like
and you found this coach locally.
Yes.
This is just very strange to me.
How did it happen?
Yes.
Okay, so one of my girlfriends was like, "Okay, girl, there's a samba class. I dance." So she was like, "There's a samba class," and I was like, "Okay, cool."
That's a different dance.
Talking about like Brazilian samba, like Brazil, like Portuguese, like Brazilian samba dancing. I walked up in this motherfucker, and they're doing arm bars and and I was like, "Okay, I don't have shit to do."
And you were like, "I think I'll stay. I think I'll stay."
That's a happy accident.
Yeah.
I love it.
And when did this happen? When did this go down? When did this start?
2017.
Wow.
Oh, okay. You're deep in.
You deep in.
You've been preparing for the end of the world pre-pandemic.
Have you powerbombed anyone? Because that's the only, like, I can't remember the character that did it first. It was like in a fight.
Was it Zangief?
No, it wasn't Zangief. It was somebody who did Russian Sambo, and that's like I fell into that little universe. And he's really cool. He's like, all jacked up, but like I think one of his finishers was just basically power bombing somebody. Like, it was like this crazy stupid thing. I love that game.
Now I have questions.
Yes.
One, when you walked in there and they saw a young black woman walk into the class, were you the only one? Were they shocked?
The only black woman?
Yes.
Yes. And I wasn't the only woman. There was another girl there. And we were doing arm bars, and that was her first and last class.
Just day one, doing arm bars. Day one, 2017, came to there by accident. 15 minutes later, you're in or performing an armbar. All right.
You're getting your arm.
And she's in the Russian gun trade. She's officially deep in.
I would like to get more into guns because I think it's cool to like spit the facts or whatever. But also, it's a part of my weird. I have a pimp gene. I be real toxic sometimes, and sometimes I just like to learn about shit. Just so I could keep niggas' heads on a spindle. So yeah, you know, I used to put NBA stats in my Tinder bio.
Well, you definitely got my head in the spindle because I'm just sitting here googling video game characters that do Russian sambo because I'm trying to like
Steve. Somebody named Steve. Someone, I don't know. Is there somebody in Tekken that does sambo?
I think it's I think it's Tekken. It might be Tekken.
It's the fucking the nigga with the fucking King.
What?
No, it's not King. Yeah. No, he didn't do Russian.
There's only one sambo character in Tekken, and I
no. It's specifically a Russian male. Like he's like blue, like blonde hair, like blue eyes, kind of like looking.
Are you talking? I'm seeing a blue blonde hair character. There is a character named Sambo in Street Fighter, and he's a white man. Sambo is a Russian martial artist.
Yep,
yes,
that's probably him. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
No, wait. His name is Abel. Is the character's name, and he is a sambo practitioner.
Yep. He's hard. He goes hard.
So as you guys can imagine, I am the only black woman I've ever seen doing it. But it's fun. I love throwing people.
Really being Goku out here.
Wow.
But you also have to get thrown to throw.
Right. Right.
I've had injuries before. I have given someone a black eye by accident before.
Why'd you say that with the biggest by accident with the biggest smile?
That wasn't an accident. That's what she's admitting.
It was like my first time like going. So of course, one thing I'm used to when I usually train is me being pinned. I'm always used to being on the bottom because if I'm training with some niggas that are 6'3" or 230, whatever have you, and of course with bio, I'm strong as hell, but like with biology, I'm gonna get smashed, and that's fine. Not in the good way, in the bad way. But so
those can be good depending on what
this
you're
is
into.
From standing. I don't have any leeway. This nigga is not giving me any he's like, I'm gonna do 25%. No, this nigga's all in because he's seen me train, he's seen me throw people, so he already knows. But this is the first time I've gone up against someone that was like 6'5" and like heavy. And
the accent came out heavy.
It was the first time. I'm in North Carolina, by the way. And I went in for no leg takedown. Okay, because I had it. I saw that bitch. I'm like, yeah, nigga, your legs. You ain't watch your motherfucking legs. You big and tall, bitch. I went in there. Drove in that bitch, headbutted him in his eye, and that thing was purple, and he was nice. he was really light skinned.
So it showed up. It showed the fuck up.
It says, "See,
that's
I
wonderful."
Some eyeshadow. Oh, that's my name. Jeez, it's flips. Oh. I'm not famous though.
So you just being a scientist, a comic book nerd, and beat niggas' ass, quote unquote, accidentally, in your spare time. All right, we picked a very interesting guest today because these niggas didn't even.
I do more, but
these niggas didn't even know. I kind of just asked you out of nowhere, and then I was like, "Yeah, she's gonna come on the show." I feel like we needed a female touch. I felt like, and I was like, "Who's gonna be available immediately?"
I have said. Mentioned your podcast also. Are you still doing that? Is that can you go a little bit about Girls Can't Geek? Yes. I don't know because everyone takes like season breaks. Some people don't. Like we're so continuous where we're just like we just have to keep going. So, I
admire y'all's continuity. By the way, I really like, okay. These motherfuckers.
Well, thank you. I think the people do too.
Is consistent. Consistent. We're consistent motherfuckers.
Yeah, but hoes got mental issues, and I ain't got no motherfucking kids, and I'm not married, and I'm like, damn. I aspire to be that.
You know what? I think you're gonna get that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Tinder bio.
Yeah.
You put NBA stats in your Tinder bio.
Yes.
Joey broke out the.
First of all, why do you still have a Tinder?
I don't.
You're an assassin.
Okay. I did download Tinder because I said I was, and I downloaded it, and then I wasted money because I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do this. I'll never do it again, but I'll just do it one time to see what it's like to pay for this. I had too many. This time I didn't put any NBA stats in my shit. I just put that I liked anime and some other shit, and I put some cute pictures of I put a cosplay picture up there. Probably shouldn't have done that, but
what were you cosplaying as?
It's my Electra cosplay on my Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be reserved on this voice.
That drove the
Relax.
weird nerdy niggas right into the profile. You probably got some very odd messages off that one.
Nobody was outrightly like. No one was disrespectful. Everybody was like really polite. It's just
on Tinder.
To me,
being polite on Tinder is. I was dealing with women when I was on Tinder, and there were some not polite things that were said to me out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm not, and I'm just realizing I'm more of a in-person person. You know, you feel that passion there, and you can see my ass, so it's like less work I have to do. So,
nah, I'm not. You know what? We always miss out. I feel like I'm the only one taking advantage of the social media apps for dating. There's no better dating app than TikTok and Instagram. I have no success on Tinder, no success on Hinge. Bro, I remember I was on Hinge, right? And this is when I lived in Pennsylvania still. And this is when Hinge, you could like, I don't know if they still do this, but like you could put like your preferred race. So I'm in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Now, Allentown is not like, it's predominantly white, but not by a lot. Like it's like 40% white and then the rest is kind of mixed. You know what I mean? But there's black people all over Allentown because it's like, it's where all the New Yorkers and Philly people move to like buy a house because it's right in between both. Bro, I put black women only in my fucking Hinge bio. It was only showing me girls in Brooklyn. I was like, what? This is 2 hours away. Why are you only showing me Brooklyn? I know there's gotta be some black women on Hinge in fucking Pennsylvania. At least show me Philly. It wasn't even show me Philly. Philly's a little bit closer. I give up on the apps. They're not kind to me, and I've only met psychopaths on them. So.
well, no, I gave them up too because this last go around, I'm also a little spiritual. I was just like, I could just feel energy of these niggas. It's too many eyes on me. I can't take it. I can't. So I deleted it. I was just talking to people and then I was just stopping, and then. That was it. But when I did put NBA stats in my bio, I was on Plenty of Fish.
Wow.
That's
Plenty of Fish. Well, Christian loves Plenty of Fish because that's where he met his wife.
No, it's actually
years ago.
Cupid. Okay, Cupid.
Congratulations.
Let's get it right.
No, you definitely told me Plenty of Fish. You know what? You're too high. You don't remember.
No.
I'm going to say it was Plenty of Fish.
Oh, shut up. I've met some. I'm going to be real.
I'm writing your love story.
You shut up right now because I will tell you. Plenty of Fish has brought me some disgusting creatures, okay? Mm-hmm. Plenty of Fish has brought me nothing but bad human beings who
I got
just
chlamydia
wanted...
on Plenty of Fish, so, I mean, that was... that was about all I got off that. What was that? 2012 or something? Like, whenever it, like, came out.
Disgusting.
I was like,
funny.
Bro, it was so funny because I was on Plenty of Fish and I remember like going through this in like the rural Pennsylvania. So I was just like, I'm just going to match with the first person that looks human. Found one, looked pretty human. Got chlamydia off her. She like tried to kill herself in my house one time because she was like obsessed with me. Like it was, I forgot about that story until just right now too. Cause when I think about the bad dating apps, I think Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble. But Plenty of Fish was way beforehand. Plenty of Fish was like 5 years prior. So I just remember that story. Yeah, this girl tried to murder herself. We had a deal going where it was like she could stay with me if I could use her car, because I had no car to see my kid. So I was like, let me just use your car and you could stay with me until you like figure your shit out. So I figured like, all right, I got like a month or two to like use this car to see my kid. And then there was like a concert thing I was going to for a weekend, and she was like in love with me, so she like didn't want me to go to the concert, and I was just like, nigga, you're not my girlfriend, like, and you also like you can do whatever you want. Like, I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't even want to have sex with you. Like, just I'm like, literally, this is business.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
Pause.
You can't sling bomb dick and just expect women not to respect to.
All right, see,
here's
the thing. Here's the thing, though. I'm a humble man when it comes to this dick. All right. And what I mean by that is that this was like 2015. The dick was not bomb then. The dick is bomb now for sure. But like then,
it was bomb.
Nothing was good. I think she was mentally ill enough. I don't think it was. Because there was a lot of women around that time, and it was not. I'm pretty sure I was averaging about a 6.57 on the dick scale at that time in my life. That's maybe. Pretty good. So that's not enough to kill yourself. I went to this concert and one of her friends was there, and she was texting her friend the whole weekend about how she's going to end it all. And I remember driving back with my friends thinking, I was like, as long as she didn't like kill herself in my house, like I don't care. As long as she didn't kill herself in my house,
I need to pause.
I'm cool.
Okay. Because this begs the question. You said a 6.57, not worth it to kill yourself over. But what number is worth it? Because that's where God and me want to rely. Like, which one do you decide? Like, is like a strong 9 like enough? Like somebody who got it?
Answer the question for yourself. Have you gotten pussy that, like, if that when you lost it, you were like, damn, it's going to be the end. And it can't be like, oh, this was my girlfriend and I love her. It's got to be pussy that you had that you still think about today.
Well, listen, I'm just a crazy person. I lose my shit like with not much else added. But if we're talking about like, you know, heartbroken Christian, like wanting to kill himself, definitely. You would have
killed yourself over a 4 that liked the same music as you.
Yeah, basically, if you said like Chiodo's like was like heavy music, and I just thought you were smart enough, I would be like, okay, you know what, we'll be friends for a while. Not a good self-esteem, but I married up and I take care, and we've been together for what, 9 years coming January. So fuck that. I don't know. This is a long time ago. I don't remember. Listen, okay. Like I met the person that I was going to be with, Joni. I love you. Just, you know, shout out to the mom. But we met and then Tinder came out. So I have no experience with that part of the dating world after that. Like Tinder went on Hinge and everything that people talk about. I have no fucking clue. Like,
you know what I
completely
I feel like there was a Tinder renaissance when it came out. It's like every other app, right? Like Airbnb, Uber. I remember like Airbnb, like you can get an Airbnb for like $30 a night in like a fucking mansion when it first came out. Yeah. Now it's like $200 and you have to wash the dishes in this apartment in the ghetto. Like that's what I feel like when I hear like Tinder stories from like before, because like Tinder came out, but I didn't get on Tinder till like maybe like 3 or 4 years like after its conception. So like I heard that like Tinder was like, when it first came out, it was a boom. It was all real people. There were no fake bots on there. Everyone was immediately trying to fuck each other. Like it was like the floodgates. I heard stories from Tinder, and I feel very remiss that I didn't get to experience that. Were you at the beginning of Tinder, Goku?
No. What year did Tinder come out?
I don't know.
I want to say like 2014, 2015. Let me Google it.
Knowing me, that was when I was in college, and I'm the kind of, when I was in college, I was in relationship break, and each relationship almost lasted like 2 years. So like, nah.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing about also the thing about the Tinder renaissance was that 2012 it came out, so it probably wasn't like big till like 2013.
I had graduated from high school in 2012, and I was still a virgin in 2012.
See, Mr. Renaissance.
So it was. That would have been knowing me back then, that would have been like too much. I was still
too much.
Not too much, but like I had sex like later in the year 2012, yeah. Like when I had like my first semester of college, I was like, let's be done with this.
There's a pressure.
Also, you know what's crazy? Now that you're like saying 2012 and I'm like remembering like when Tinder came out, now I remember that like all the stories that I've been saying were 2015 were actually like 2012 or 2013. Time is a motherfucker. I'm old. But
yes, we are.
35 still alive. But yeah, I'm old. I just take a lot of vitamins and work out, and I'm really immature. So
Black,
most people think
crack.
I'm like 26, which is fine with me.
You
But
haven't aged. You've only like you've aged, but like more like, you know, when people want like oak barrels to age, you know, like they want they want a fine brandy, like they want something to be in there that's toasted, that has mellowed out, because your formative years. Listen, we all understand.
No. See, here's the thing, right? I this was all planned, all right? So I had my regular looking formative years, my early 20s. Then I was like, you know what? If I just spend my mid 20s super fat and depressed and then come out booming in my 30s, I won't have peaked. I won't have peaked in my 20s. So I just wasted my 20s at shitty jobs and being 250 pounds and on white women. And then boom. And now I'm in my renaissance. So it's only up from here, boys. I want a beautiful 30s. But yeah, I feel like the thing with Tinder too is that like that was why it was a Tinder renaissance, because it came out when a lot of people hit college. So like I wasn't in college, but damn, those would have been some beautiful, beautiful times.
I suppressed
that
myself.
2012 was crazy.
More chlamydia I would have had. It would have been great.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was not well in 2012. I was having like it was.
Oh, I wasn't well either, but probably because I wasn't on Tinder. I was on Plenty of Fish dealing with suicidal people.
I was in Queensbridge at the time with Danny, and we had dubbed the house Casa de Pinga at that time, because we both had, you know, he worked at the strip club up the block, right? So not just the strip club, like the only like full nude bar. So like strippers would be always coming, and then he also had bud all the time. So then they come over. And then, you know, there's girls that we're adding to the mix, like I'm adding to the mix. And so it was a very misogynistic, terrible place, filled with lots of sex and cement walls. But, you know, my formative years were disgusting. At 2012, I wasn't a human. I was vile. I was a disgusting person.
It sounds like an amazing time, and I want that back for you.
Bro, we used to have it. Okay, you want to hear something terrible? And I'll admit it. We used to have an asshole hat. So we cut out a Corona 24 pack and wrote asshole all over it. So we would throw it back at each other whenever we had somebody over. And then just like, you know, haha. And then our game is that we try to get it on our head without you realizing it. And then you come back and you go, what the, were you wearing that the entire time? And you just, you know, it's a good time. It's good for me. Again, I wasn't human. Definitely not.
Thank you. I have to thank your wife for healing you or harming you. I don't know. It depends. We don't know what that path would have led to in 10 years. We don't know what the path would have led to.
Bro, it's not like we're depraved.
I don't think you would have lived a bad life. You just would have lived a different one. You would have lived a different one. You could have been Dan Bilzerian, dude. You would have been in the gym, getting rich.
Depravity exists. Okay.
Imagine I'm just saying. Imagine your income now, but with no children or wife. I'm just saying. You know.
I mean, that would be crazy. Like if you just like all of a sudden like you just had like disposable income and you had no lives to take care of besides your own. I don't know what I would do immediately.
Probably buy like a full crazy Boba Fett costume.
Holy shit. That's right. Oh, thank you for bringing it back, because this brings a question to mind. Goku, let the people know what's your Instagram handle, because I want to talk about something that was on your Instagram.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Goku's god cousin, right?
Because she knows her Instagram is so slutty. So she's like, what's this thing about to bring up?
Rush right over, because I want to talk about this.
There's a reason I follow you.
I want to talk about the righteousness of this, okay? First off, people always talk about how sexy cosplay has kind of like, you know, it's gone too far. I propose that it should go even further. And I'm going to say this. I have never seen anyone make a Jawa sexy. And I was like, well, okay, that's a weird feeling. I don't know. I've always looked at these creatures that just like get like parts for like, and I'm like, this is a new kink unlocked. Like all of a sudden now I want to be taken over by a bunch of like strong Jawas that can do Russian sambo. So like, you know what? End the episode, Sasha, because this can be nothing better than when you see a sexy Jawa and your brain goes, I never thought. Like, there's sexy cosplay needs to be everywhere. It needs to be even though. Yeah, like, men gotta get into it. Like, if we need husband, like we need what is that? Life of a Husband. We need someone in like Sasha. For the viewers, just put on a what you call it, like just a little what the fuck is that? An apron. Yeah, put on an apron. Because I think there's gonna be mad kinks unlocked.
That is a cosplay. There's a guy in Food Wars,
bro.
I forgot his fucking name, and he just wears an apron. You should do it.
That's mad appropriate. And if
I can't watch Food Wars because I already watch too much porn. I need to.
Food Wars is not porn.
Food Wars is basically porn a little bit.
Just a little bit.
It is not.
Bro, it's every episode, it's just somebody eating the food and like mock coming.
They're just orgasming, but it's modest orgasming.
Is it modest?
All right, I watch. I listen to ASMR and jerk off. It doesn't take me much to get there, so I'm just gonna put on Vinland Saga and watch people stab each other and break their bones in an anime about like 1400s Germany for some reason.
I love it. I don't think
it's that. Thank you for complimenting my sexy Jawa, and I'm happy you were not creeped out by that.
Why creeped out? That's hysterical. It's hysterical, and it's like it's great. You look awesome in it. So that's the best part, is that if you do see that, that literally like made me laugh so hard. I don't know why. It's just like, it was just one of those things like, this is what we need more in the world. We need people to just give up and just make anything they want, because nothing's real. Everything's made up. Money isn't real. Life isn't. Like, this is a simulation. I'm definitely in my own mind, and I'm controlling this whole thing. I'm sick.
Yeah, no. I'm just letting you speak right now, because yet again, we have gathered more evidence that you have a furry kink that you have been denying for some time. So of all the things on our page, the Jawa is what did it for you? Of all the things,
they're not furry. They're not furry.
They're not unfurry.
They just got a cloak, bro. They got like wool.
And it's just eyes glowing.
Yeah, that's
you was eyes and legs. That's why I'm tripping.
Yeah, because
that's what
they got the cloak.
Listen,
they got the cloak on because they need a wax. That's why they have the cloak on. They're covering up until they get to the Korean lady to fucking get this shit right.
They get a trim, and then you see the legs, and then you're like, oh my god, I can be. Take me, like, you know, like Death by Snoo Snoo kind of thing, where you're just like,
but you know what? I don't know if Jawa's a furry, because I don't know much about Star Wars. I did not see the original 3 movies. Somebody gave me some shit for that the other day. What's your take on Star Wars, Goku?
Star Wars. Phantom Menace is one of my favorites. My dad took me to go see that, and I have a BB-8 tattoo.
That's fire.
Yeah, I want a whole Star Wars leg sleeve eventually, because it's my shit. It's
your whole leg. You like Star Wars that much for your whole leg, the whole entire thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I don't know. I just feel like I saw a TikTok.
I already have a
Give
10
it up.
by 10
Sasha, you have street justice somewhere in your body, okay?
Yeah, I have a lot. No, listen. I have a lot of bad tattoos, but they're all different themes. They're all different themes.
You got a Halloween bat.
About my little Star Wars shit I want.
Yo,
damn.
I'm with it.
I'm not giving you shit. I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm just.
Always coming.
Is that the decision you want to make for your entire leg? I mean, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think you're gonna see any other piece of media in your 45 years left of life?
Okay. Listen, I'm gonna ride really hard for Star Wars right now, because you know who I am. First off, like I I do not take any slack for this because, you know, at this point, it is an institution. It is part of our culture. Shut the fuck up.
Listen. No. It's not a Star Wars dig, though. It's not
down. It's
not a Star Wars dig. It's just, I have anime tattoos. I have cartoons tattooed on me. But like sometimes like I'll see people get like a full like Demon Slayer sleeve, and I'm like, bro, there's not even like a season 4 yet. Like, can you chill before you dedicate like a whole arm to that? I love Demon Slayer as much as the next guy.
But for me, it's different. So my dad introduced me to Star Wars, and my dad passed. So for me, it's like it's just a thing. I'm gonna have my little thing. It's fine.
No.
You got a demon on your neck.
If you make fun of it now,
let me have mine.
you piece of shit. You got chains around your neck. Okay, listen. This woman just told us that this was hard.
All right. That's
what
very
Star
heartfelt.
Wars means to people. That's what Star Wars means to people. Bro, listen, I lost.
I mean,
my
are
mom
we still getting tattoos with meaning in 2022? I threw that away years ago.
Shush.
I got like 3 tattoos with meaning. The rest are just like. You know what? I had money that day.
You know, you mentioned there only being like a certain few seasons of Demon Slayer. Like the Star Wars universe is deep.
I know. Listen, I know it's deep, but you have a lot of life left to live. There could be deeper. Like a show could come out today and have a Star Wars legacy by the time you're dead. You know what I mean?
I have another leg. I have another piece of flesh.
Like. What does tomorrow even mean? You know,
right?
Shut up,
like, damn, I ran out of space. Like, maybe, but like maybe not. So like, fuck it. Maybe you got to cover something up. Maybe you got to reuse some space. Maybe you can start over.
I'll ride hard for Star Wars because I have kind of a similar story. My mom was really into Star Wars, and you know what's kind of funny, and you know, just for Dia de la Muertes, you know, when we're celebrating the people that you know, or you know, talking about the people we love and the ones we lost, I'm gonna get a little heart. Like that's the cool thing. Like when you lose somebody so long ago, like or at a time that maybe your brain wasn't able to kind of process everything, and I felt like I was making up these things and having it confirmed by family members that like she was just as fucking weird and nutty about it, like as I am. It was like this cool connection that you get with somebody. So respect. I don't know what it is. If you ever want to tell anybody, I am the person because I'll probably weep and send it back. I'm like, that's beautiful. Get it? I understand all of it. Because
you know what? I think
my life.
I think the disconnect here is that my parents don't love me. So let's just move on from that.
I had one parent that loved me, and that shit was cool as hell. Going to see Phantom Menace with her was fire. I remember seeing that with her and just like losing my mind because seeing the pod races, like you're just like, what the fuck is this? Yo, like you, like I was so hyped on that shit. The Taco Bell life that they had, all those like fucking stupid, like I got like the little command chips. You remember those things? You put like the fucking figurine right on it and they would talk. I was obsessed with that whole shit.
Let's loop it back, bro, because I wanted to ask earlier, you guys, what was like the video game, like the first video game you played where you recognized that you were not good at video games? And I'm going to bring it way back because this wasn't my first, but it was up there. Game Boy Color had like a pod racing fucking video game on it.
Ass.
That was ass at that. That game was unnecessarily hard. The mechanics were fucked up. Hard. Like they would have turns that were like a fucking straight up 90-degree angle this narrow, and they would expect you to just loop it with no joystick, by the way. No joystick. It was the directional pad. They're like, it was not possible to do that. I have to look up gameplay for this game and see if it exists somewhere because I found a lot of retro gaming on TikTok Live.
I have a Game Boy Color still. I have my original.
That's dope.
Do you know the game I'm talking about? I don't know if there was multiple pod racing games, but I was terrible at that shit.
There's like 2. It was that one and then the actual arcade one, and both are fucking terrible because the one common theme for Star Wars is they can't make a fucking video game outside of Force Unleashed because they all of their mechanics are so fucking wacky. Like even Force Unleashed like took a long time because once you get to a certain level, you're literally just like a walking god. Like you literally can't be hurt at one point. So it's like one of those dumb fun games that I loved and I was really good at. Compared to the hardest game I've ever played, which I'll admit it on air, it was Lion King from Sega Genesis, because that shit beat my fucking ass. every time. I cannot time like anything where I have to time like a parry or some shit like that. Don't fucking come to me for that shit. Like, I am not the person. Like, I'm the guy that you want me to like run over things. Like, that's like, don't ever ask me to be like super accurate on shit like that. So I hate. I was not good at a lot of video games, especially the Lion King one. But Memory Unlocked. I talked about this the other day on our chat. The Judge Dredd video game. You guys remember that? I feel like Sasha
I never played that one. I never even saw the Judge Dredd movie, actually.
What?
I meant to watch that. I was on like a weird kick. Like, I don't know if it was maybe right before the pandemic where I was trying to watch like all the classic movies I'd never seen. And I started with Robert De Niro's catalog. And I was like, man, Taxi Driver is fucking stupid. And I kind of stopped. But Sylvester Stallone was next.
That's a
Taxi Driver is fucking
character.
Exactly. He's just an incel. He's an incel.
Yeah, it was really
well.
weird,
That's the point. It's the 70s and he's doing that. Like he's so ahead of
it's the 70s.
His time.
It's free love. You should be on mushrooms and getting laid, not being some fucking weirdo.
Everyone else was on some kind of like fucking amphetamine or something like that. So like, bro, people are tense.
Crack wasn't even out yet, and you were acting like this. Like you had mushrooms everywhere, LSD. Go to Woodstock, dude. Like you're just a loser. Cut the rest of your hair. Stop having that weird mohawk.
Okay, well let's get real. Wow. You know what they didn't have in Taxi Driver? Mental health care. Because that's more of what we're getting today. And that's why we don't connect with Taxi Driver anymore. Because raw dogging life, and I'll say this as a person who medicates, raw dogging life, it sucks ass. I don't know how people do that shit. Like, you got to figure it out. Like, whether it's medicine,
I do it all the time, baby.
Weed, or it's the gym. Like, whatever it is, bro, like, God bless you. If you're still on this earth, we still love you. We are so grateful for you. Keep it up, because it's a good day. Yo, this golden pineapple has me friendly too.
Throw the condom on your life.
Throw the condom on your life. Speaking of condoms and rawing, Goku, what kind of porn are you watching these days? I feel like I have to ask this of every guest.
Do you? Yeah, you do.
Oh, of course.
For research, yeah.
My Instagram. So I watch everything, except for scat porn. It's not my favorite.
I feel like you can't say everything because you don't know how much porn exists. You don't want to say everything.
Specificity. Okay, I don't watch everything. I do like gay porn. I do like hentai. My favorite kind of, I have a fluids kink, so I like porn that's like, it's not, sometimes it doesn't matter if it's a man and a woman or a man and a man or like someone that's trans or not. It's about fluids, so I like to see like the drippings and like the mucosal secretions, which is spit. That's what saliva is. Like the spit. I like to see the drippings. I like to see milk, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Piss. How do we feel about piss and breast milk? How do we feel about piss and breast milk? Let's go.
I love lesbian lactation porn. So, yes.
Well, hold on. Wait, let me back up. Well, hold on. I thought I was a connoisseur myself, but my brain didn't even quantify that lesbian lactation porn would be a thing. Because you need a whole nigga to get you pregnant. So, you know what? I'm going to save it for the weekend.
See, that's your misogynistic brain thinking you need a man. You don't really need the man anymore. You just go to a bank and you're.
So yeah, no, so lesbian lactation porn. How did you come to find this out? Let's talk about this.
Okay, so okay. So
this is going to be a clip, by the way. So
it's gonna be everywhere. We're gonna share it 3,000 times and tag you everywhere, and
gonna post it on my mother's Facebook. So be as graphic as possible.
Once again, I like fluids, so I got tired of watching stuff with semen in it. So,
don't we all?
Same.
Yeah, but there's a lot of discussion there. Okay, so I just found it a little bit more. It's like weird. It's like I need it wet but intimate. So a lot of I just found like your kinks tell a lot about your childhood. I just found it in some ways lesbian lactation porn was a little bit more it's gonna sound terrible. It was a little bit more like nurturing. There was like some intimacy to it.
I get it.
I don't like the ones where like they're like breastfeeding and acting like mommy and daughter though. I don't like that. But like just
like, milking for the sake of milking. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
The farmer and the cow.
Yes,
Listen,
yes.
It's not.
But,
look, hold on, chill. Don't you dare call a pregnant woman a farmer or a cow.
I wasn't taking it like
anywhere
that.
between.
I wasn't.
Listen, I'm just saying. If you saw a lesbian lactation porn and one character in it happened to have overalls on, where would your brain go?
Okay, but that is a kink though. That is a kink where you put the cow milking machines on your nipples. That is a kink. That is a kink.
So you watch by far more porn than me.
Superior. Every way.
I have met my match.
No, seriously, you really have. You really met your match because this is the one person who's outdoing you in every way. This person is literally every part of like as old. If we're gonna describe someone who's your like maybe not your opposite, but definitely your. I'm gonna say superior because if she whoops your ass, I'm done, bro. Like you're off the podcast. You are done. We are burying.
You could be the new host, yes. Lactating on camera. You know, we could put this on a whole different platform.
I don't even. I've never lactated in my life.
Also, I just want to go back to something you said. Can we, as a society, maybe just for my comfort, release ourselves from the whole, your kinks come from your childhood? Because like sometimes I'll be beaten off and I'm like, okay, like there's nothing in my childhood that should have led to oil massage porn. Like nothing should have led there.
Okay, no. It's not that aspect. It's not, don't think of it as memories and stuff like that. No. It's more things like, I like to be worshipped. You know, I like to be praised, that kind of thing. I also like to put lotion on people's ankles and feet.
Jesus Christ. Yo, listen, if you've been following all along,
don't listen, no, because anybody who knows.
If you've been following along for all this time, listen, bless you. First off, we owe you something. Or at least buy a t-shirt.
Listen, you about to get flown out. Don't talk about no lotioned up ankles to me on a public platform.
Let me explain.
Because I will fly you out. Stop it. We don't want to make the remainder of this podcast me flirting. I'm already shirtless. Don't make me bend this laptop screen down. Get these nipples out on camera. Don't let me do this. Okay?
Okay, so
just do it.
So for on Girls Can't Geek, that I have this thing where I'm like, okay, all 2022. So we say knees to chest all 2022 because we all eat ass. So what we've been saying is
wait. So just go back and say that whole mantra slower because I need people to really hear that. And you went by that really quickly. Just enunciate real quick on that one.
Knees to chest all 2022. Yep. Yes.
Because
we eat ass.
Amen, sister. Love a black woman from infinity to infinity.
But I have been adding. I want somebody to have just like a thick layer of ashiness on their upper ankle. Just everything lotion except where the have a white ring. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, just a ring of ashiness. And everybody's like, Goku, shut the fuck up. And I'm just like, no. But I was like, why the fuck am I saying that? But lotion play is a real thing. It's a real thing. Mm-hmm. So, and if you listen to the podcast,
So you're outside. So just for the audience, just in case you're not picturing this, legs in the air on your back. Goku's eating your ass while she's got the Jergens on your Achilles. All right, that's what's going on.
Is it a finer lotion?
I like to have a nice lotion, but I just use what's available. Okay, so
are we getting Cetaphil because the ankles are too ashy? Are we getting a medicated lotion?
Okay,
Eucerin.
If you're really I'll use what we have available. So like with what I like
What do I got on my
if I'm
nightstand?
really feeling you, I like to make a blend of something. Like I like smells. Like if you meet me in person, I smell like lemongrass all the time. So
I love that. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I smell. I strive to smell either like pine or lavender all the time.
Oh,
Because that's
I love lavender.
I perfume my beard.
Yes.
Listen, accept yourself. Listen,
Yeah,
it's
I don't
beautiful
know.
to love yourself.
So I like
I
to
lost
make
all my hair
blend.
up here. I'm gonna take care of this. Listen, like I'm gonna smell like pine. Everyone, they'll give me a hug and they'll comment that. I appreciate that you spotted out your set.
I am a beautiful black woman with locks. I love to like walk past you and you're like, what is that?
What's that?
It's me.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah.
But
Is that or
no,
weed
just-
for me? So sorry, guys.
So
Like-
I like to blend lemongrass and Palo Santo oil,
Ooh.
and
That's
then that's all I'll
Hollywood.
say because I'll make it. And if I like you, like if I know, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make this for you and do it. But no, I'll just ask to put lotion on somebody's like legs and feet first. Like if I know
That's nice.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah. And I used to do it in college.
Before you eat their ass.
Yeah. I used to like rub people's feet in college. Sorry, I'm not trying to be like.
Don't listen.
No, yes.
Do you understand?
No, yeah. Talk more about feet.
No. He
You
did not
haven't
know
listened
that.
to any of our episodes.
He did-
This is how I know she hasn't. She hasn't checked it because this is 90% of our content is that Sasha loves feet play and he enjoys it
Let's
quite a bit.
let's not call it feet play, all right? That just makes it sound odd. I just like my feet touched. I'm a man who works out. I've had a lot of physical labor jobs.
Okay, yes. Yeah.
I like my toes rubbed on, and you know there's a deficit in the market because a lot of women are like, I would never touch no nigga's feet. All right, then hop your ass out my house. What are you doing here? Why are you wasting my time?
I'm gross. So
No, you're a human, and you're a beautiful, delicate lemongrass flower. Is lemongrass a flower? I don't fucking know. But either way,
learned.
it's going on my feet.
She made you look up
no.
Russian sambo. Look up lemongrass, okay? You piece of shit.
But-
Just like
in all seriousness, no, that's you said the reason why. Like a lot of my partners in the past have been athletes, and then keep niggas' heads on swivels. You know, when I was in college, I had to, because of the position I had to keep my hoes, like, I just had to be very quiet about what I took. I was SGA president of my university, so I had to be really quiet about, like, what I did. And
Well, they know now.
So, I don't give them. We grown now. Nothing to hide. I don't have to.
You about to get mad DMs in your LinkedIn.
I'm gonna put that right
check
into
my
the profile. I'm gonna find that. We'll put your manta out there, ladies and gentlemen. We'll find it. If you're a guest on the show, we're linking your shit. Listen,
Oh my
you're not
God.
gonna be anonymous. We're
Damn, now
terrible.
I haven't massaged somebody's ankles in a minute. You got me fiending now. I'm fiending for some dry ankles in my house.
But
Okay.
the-
Okay.
a lot of
Okay.
people
Down, Sasha. Down. That was a little wild. Listen, we talk about a lot.
A lot of people are athletes, and people that I've been with or athletes, and like, I don't know. And it also deals with like wanting to make. I like when my partner feels good. So like,
Hell yeah.
knowing that someone doesn't get their feet touched and they get their feet touched, I'm just like, yeah, you mine now, nigga. So that's where it came from college.
Yeah, that's a very your mind now nigga move. Anybody who's touched my feet
You belong.
is still in my life.
There's a lot of things that I don't want to give away too much game because they do call me a pimp. But
Well, this is a pro pimp podcast. We love sex workers.
So
That's
sex positive.
That's
We're so
sex
sex
work, right?
positive here.
it's
Yeah,
just that
listen.
I a long time ago I realized that a lot of men they're not used to being called handsome. Some people are ugly, but they're not used to being called handsome. They're not used to being complimented. They're not used. Like, there's just certain things that people aren't used to, and I was just like, you know, I'm gonna just do this because the more, I don't know, the more I see you liking it, I'm liking it, you know. So that's
the boys here like a forward woman. Let's be real. Listen, my wife is forward. My wife was forward. She hit me up. Okay, I didn't even know her, and I find out 5 years deep. Get this, guys. 5 years deep, I realized that her message to me was just a generic thing that she was sending to every thing with a heartbeat.
She hit you with the copy paste.
With the copy and paste, and I married her. And okay, listen, I was like so heartbroken. Like I was like, yo, I need a minute. Like I'm gonna go outside for a little bit.
Damn, now you got me. You got me like about to check my DMs, being like, let me make sure my name is in this, so she didn't like, you know.
That reassures me because
I
was like, man, I was like, why the fuck do I always end up talking to people first?
No. We love a forward woman.
You know what? You know why?
We love them.
That's because like niggas that aren't weird are not in people's DMs. I was telling them in another episode. They were I don't know if it was in an episode or in a chat, but they were asking me. They were like, well, "What do you say when you slide in girls' DMs?" I'm like, I don't slide in no girls' DMs. Like, I'll respond to something relatable on the story, but I'm not gonna ever hit you with like a, hey, like, what are you up to? I'm like, I try to have organic conversations start from the story, but as far as like hitting somebody up, I would never, because I know because first of all, as pretty as I am, I know there's people out there that think I'm hideous. So, you know, I don't want to be the subject of somebody's group chat. Like, look at this ugly ass nigga.
Literally, there's nobody that thinks that. Like literally, that's the opposent. Listen, I've known you since you were a wee child. You were weird when we were kids. Like you weren't set. Now you're sexy. Now you're vibing in your full whatever frequency, whatever you guys say now. You're at it. Okay, bro.
Okay. Now, I'll give you. First of all, let's get something off the table. You want to fuck me more than any woman in the world right now. So your opinion is skewed. But like, nobody's called me ugly in recent times, but like, there's a certain energy you get from women when they think you're attractive. And I'm a bouncer, and I know when a woman is not going to give me that energy. Bro, I had to be so mean to a woman the other day. So we're kicking people out the bar. It's 2 a.m., right? And the bartenders, they really be squeezing that last call. We'll say last call, the lights will go on, but you know, they got to make their last dollars, right? So they might still give out a drink or two when it's last call. And that creates a problem for the bouncers, because the bouncers are trying to get the motherfuckers to leave. And what do they do? Oh, I'm paying my check. Oh, let me finish my drink. So you'll have like 100 people in there with a full ass drink still, thinking they can finish in the bar.
In Detroit, which is basically Streets of Rage. So
pretty much it is well, it's not as bad as people say, but I could for sure get killed at my club. But anyways, there's this one woman left. And you know, she's got a full ass, pink ass fucking drink in her hand. And there's a security, and like, I'm the meanest of all the security guards. Cause like all the other security guards, they would chill at this club if they didn't work there. I would not. I don't chill at clubs with bouncers to begin with. So this one guy, he's like being nice. Yeah, he's being nice. He's being like kind of sweet, trying to get this one woman out. But like, I don't get paid till all y'all bitches leave. So I'm just standing there behind him, and I'm trying not to say nothing, but I want to curse this lady out. So she's chatting it up with him, and he's like, you know, ma'am, sorry, we're closed. You gotta go. And she looks over at me, and she goes to me. She goes, "Why do you look so mean?" And immediately I say, without even like thinking about it, I was like, why are you drinking at 2 a.m.? Does nobody care where the fuck you are? Do you have no family? Do you have friends?
Hold on. Chill. You're from New York City, bro. You're from New York City. You're not from some one of these fucking weirdo towns.
No. Yes.
2 a.m.
And here's my thing. I'm from no. Back up. Even though I'm from New York City, I have never in my fucking life been at a bar when the lights are on. If the lights come on, I'm like, everybody, let's fucking go. Because at the very least, even if I'm having an amazing time, I'm not trying to be.
I don't want to.
No, go the fuck home. And by the way, this club, this was not like a 21-year-old girl. This was like probably in her 40s.
Right.
Probably. Okay. But let's put it this way. She might have been. Her beak should have got wet at her home, this fucking bitch. Like, go home. Like, don't. I will say this to every listener. If I am out with you, and I've said this on TikTok as well, if I take you out, we're chilling, we're having a good time. If I say, let's fucking go, we're going. Don't try to hang out at the bar. Oh, I know the DJ. The DJ wants to go home too, bitch. Like, like, leave the club. Stop. Every bar I've ever worked at too, it's the same. You stay till 2 a.m. and it's people, oh, let me finish my drink. Oh, let me just get this number, blah, blah, blah. Bro, if you're not fucking by 1 a.m., you're a loser. Like, go home. Like, why are you still here?
There is a time you got to call it, but you are from New York City, and last call
and I have never done the after hours. I have never done an after hour spot. No, because
spots are crazy fun. Listen,
no, they're filled with fucking losers. Let me tell you about the after hour. I got an after hour story. It's not an after hour story. I wasn't at one, but there was this girl I used to hook up with, right? No, this girl I used to hook up with, right? And when we met, she told me she did not want to date me. She's like, I just want to fuck you. Like, I know you're going to break my heart. I just want to fuck you though. And I was like, bet. I thought we were talking about books, but she just brought this up randomly. I wasn't saying anything. So I was like, cool. Had a little summer fling, right? But I had started a job at the time. This was like when I first started my last job. So like 6-7 years ago. And I started this job. I worked 12-hour shifts. So I worked 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. And any other time I wasn't home, I wasn't at this job, I was with her. I was at her house. But like when I was not working, who the fuck is calling me?
Wow. Decline. Ladies and gentlemen, we have
my phone was on do not disturb. Hope I didn't fuck it up. But yeah, so she would get drunk at this like after hour spot till like 4 a.m. And like I said, it was this girl's arrangement. She did not want to date me. Fucking fine. But bro, she got wasted at this after hours and is calling me at 3 a.m. when I gotta be up for work in like an hour, talking about, oh my God, who the fuck is over your house? Why are you not picking up your phone? Wasted of her fucking mind. And I get this like voicemail it's voicemail because it wasn't voice notes yet. She's fucking, her friends are in the back hyping her up. Keep in mind, if you do 2 seconds of math, you realize there's literally no time for me to be fucking anybody else unless I'm lying about having a job, which would be insane. So I was just like, and I'm just like, is this what fucking losers do at fucking after hours spots? Bro, I was actually invited to an after hours last year, my friend's birthday. I literally, like, I was in Chicago. I left and slept in my car. I was like, I'm not going to fucking after hour spot. Like, for what? So I can beat somebody's ass because they are way beyond wasted and too old to be so? No, I'm not doing that.
I've just gotten to the point where I'll leave and I'll go to sleep in my car and wait for everybody else to like. All right, let's go home.
That's powerful.
I'm like that now, so.
The Irish goodbye.
I'm just a big fan of going home, even if I'm home at 4 a.m. I could still wake up fresh at like 9 and have a full day, hit the gym, do my thing. But like, why in the fuck would I stay out till 4 a.m. when I could start my day, when I can go to bed at 1 and wake up at like 6 or 7 and do the same thing with hours more, a little more rest. No, that's loser shit. And again, if you're by yourself doing this, it's one thing if it's like a group of people who's like caught up in a conversation and like they just don't even know what's going on because they're 22 and they're drunk, whatever. But if you're one bitch by yourself, chatting with the bartender who's also not fucking you, you need to reevaluate, kill yourself, honestly. Like, jump off a bridge.
Louise,
I talk about genocide all the time in this podcast. This is nothing new here.
We're not going to encourage suicide.
That doesn't make it okay. I just want
these views do not express. I'm sober too. These views do not express the rest of the National Media Podcast.
You are sober? Wow.
Personally, I just don't want to judge people's lives that much.
I'm very judging lives keeps me safe. I've given people leeway. I was going to say something terrible. I'm not going to say it, but I have given people leeway because like, oh, I'm not going to judge. And then I'm like, oh wait, I should have judged that person. I should have judged that person for all they were worth, which was 3 cents.
This is where we end the National Meat Treasure episode.
What am I angry? Kill yourself, right? No. Can we?
Shut up. Clip this shit.
Can we end on
Clip this shit.
No, we're gonna end on the note of look up lesbian lactation porn and rub your nigga's feet. That's a more positive note.
No. You ended it in this angry way. In fact,
if I have on TikTok, I'm gonna say like anybody who doesn't have a man, if you don't rub anybody's feet, then you don't deserve one.
Listen, you see, this is what I'm saying. You're making it worse. First off,
no, you should be tender to because that's what that woman should have been fucking doing. She should have been left the bar to rub some nigga's feet. But there's no athlete in the world that was awake at that hour and would even want her fucking scaly touch on their scaly feet. Like it's just rubbing sticks together.
Okay. Listen. This is how you end the episode.
Which would you rather be doing at 2 a.m.? Rubbing a nigga's feet or drinking by yourself?
Better help. And you can check into this because
no free promo.
And listen, whatever, bro. Chill out. Relax. Go on some Lexapro. Really,
listen. No, listen. All right, we'll end up. I just want the best for my people, and the best cannot be found in downtown Detroit at 2 a.m. while you're fucking up by yourself. Okay, that's all I'm just saying.
You're still there.
I'm there because I'm getting paid and I live up the street.
It is hard living out in streets of rage for real. I can imagine that's how Detroit is.
Sorry, I couldn't.
Nah, Detroit is paradise.
Terrible.
Detroit is a balmy 75 year round.
There is a palm tree here. There is one palm tree in Detroit.
Is that 55%?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Somebody Googled it and sent it to me, but I haven't seen it. But apparently there is one palm tree in Detroit.
There is, instead of lactation stations, which also exist, there's also lubrication stations, which also have lotion. Detroit is ankles? The lactation lubrication centers for lubing up your ankles and then breastfeeding, which I make no jokes of. But I'll end it on this a little brighter of a note. Just so you young people who may be thinking about being in a relationship with a person that can get pregnant, remember that their breasts are connected to everything after they give birth, and they will lactate quite a bit when they are turned on. So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with. I want you to enjoy
not what I know Joni in real life, dude. I did not need to. You invite you know what?
What does it taste like?
Yes.
It's sour.
It's sweet, bro. It's sweet. Listen, you sour, bro.
Most of the breast milk I've had is pretty sour.
Have mommy problems. That's how you know you have mommy issues. Breast milk is sour to you. I've
had breast milk
in your mom's teeth. You know what? And you're like, oh fuck. Tastes like Newports and Sour Patch Kids.
I love how you forget I'm a whole father. I've hooked up with one other girl that was lactating. That I wasn't the father of a child, but both on the sour, bland side, but my baby mom does have a terrible diet. And that's the note we'll end on. My kid's like 14. My kid's like 26, so you know, there's no.
They'll find it. They'll find it on
there's no recent breast milk tastings.
Nothing. There's no. Oh God, I thought about it like a wine sampler, like breast.
I'm just like, why would you bring this up? Like
every time I go back in my head, like, how did we get here? I'm like, oh yeah, I started it. It's fine.
Yeah. It's your fault.
You did, and it's terrible because he invited me for his beautiful wife invited me for Thanksgiving, and now on November 1st is when you bring up her juicy tits on the podcast. So I think I'll just stay home this year.
Listen, I'm with a beautiful woman who's got cannons like a motherfucker, and I love it. That's the kink, bro. Like, don't
drippy cannons. So I'm just gonna stay home, make my own potato pie.
I love it. It has been a pleasure being with you, Goku. Literally, this is one of our better episodes because you were on it. Sexy Jawa, still the highlight. This is going to be the name of the episode, Sexy Jawa.
Thanks.
You know what? That's where we're going to leave it at. And I want you guys to check in. Remember, we drop episodes every Thursday. This one's coming out at 5 a.m., just like all the other episodes that we've probably changed. It has been a wild ride. We're at 105, boys. Thank you, Goku, for coming on. It's nice to have a guest that doesn't make you hate yourself a little bit. Sometimes this happens, and you were a good one. So fucking right on you.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, Goku, tell them where to find you.
Okay, you guys can find me on Instagram at Goku's God Cousin. You guys can find me on Twitter. It's kind of sucky, but you can find me on Twitter. But Instagram is where I have the most traction. I posted something on TikTok, and having people comment on my stuff on TikTok is weird, but it's the same on TikTok too. At Goku's God Cousin, everywhere. I also follow Girls Can't Geek. We are lovely ladies. We are sexy, beautiful, nerdy, gaming, anime, otaku, everything obsessed women.
Black.
And we are black. We're all women of color. And so follow me at Goku's God Cousin, and follow my shared platform page at Girls Can't Geek. Shout out to Bunny. Shout out to Jiggly. Shout out to Trent. Shout out to Ray. All right. That's all I got.
You're not gonna shout me out. I mean, I know I'm here, but I mean, I feel like
shout out to
why do you need so much praise? Why do you know? This is why. Listen,
because it's a palate cleanser from thinking about Joni's breast.
You know what you've done? You know what you've done is that you let him know that you like praising, and that's definitely one of his kinks. And now look how excited he is. He's glowing. Like you like to be praised.
I'm not glowing. I just have excessively oily skin. But follow me at thin. Wait, I'm doing my outro. Hold on. Now you don't even. You're just like later, Negroes. Now that I got my promo in, I'm gonna go back to watching this milk porn. Got your overalls on and all that. And follow me at thin.cruel.lips on TikTok and Instagram, and at National Meat Treasure on TikTok and Instagram, and at NMT Pod on Facebook. If you want to be a guest on the show, reach out. Also have a fucking mic that works, because we've had people come on here with some terrible sound quality.
We don't want to.
Where else am I at? Do I have anything going on No, it's the winter. I have nothing going on. I'm a hermit. I'm a miser. Yeah, that's it. Take it away, Joe.
I just want to personally thank you, Goku, for coming on our show. And follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Saint Thrillah, and on Twitter at Saint Thrillah, and stream 303 BAM's music, 303 BAM on all streaming platforms. And
did you hit 2 million streams yet?
Take off. 2 million on what?
SoundCloud.
In total or on one song? No.
In total, I think you told me you had 1.3 mil in total, and that was like a week ago, maybe 2.
Oh yeah, I haven't checked since. BAM's more on like the SoundCloud analytics. I'm always looking at like the Spotify, Apple Music shits, but also. Like,
well, we'll assume it's a cool 5 million, so tap into that, folks. Get it up to 6. So I can quit this podcast and be his agent or somewhere on the staff.
I could be your water boy. You know, I can be making sure that you're hydrated. I'll carry the finest aqua that you need, bro. I'll roll. And I
can film you squirting water into 303 Bam's mouth for Goku's masturbation. We've come full circle now.
Christian,
holy shit!
You are hired as my fucking joint roller. You are fucking hired.
Yo, bro, I'll keep you flushed at all times. We're good. Listen, that's the job I want to end at with Snoop Dogg. Just fucking rolling joints for him, like making $100,000. Just like
actually, his blunt roller. He said this. He only plays his blunt roller about 50 grand a year, 45 to 50 grand. But it's still a cool job.
It's a cool job. It's experience. It's experience plus royalties, I'm sure. It has been a pleasure. RIP, to take off, and and
handsome and wealthy.
Handsome and wealthy. It's been a fucking good episode. Thank you. Have a good night. Have a good morning. I don't know, man. We're gonna figure this out one day.
Have a good
Crazy, never lost it. Now I pick her up in a Mercedes and I'm frosted. 23-0, we took the lead. Watch me talk shit. Everybody see me on my top dog shit. They were saying I was going crazy, never lost it. Now